Welcome to the channel, guys. You're watching the OBD Mafia. My name's D. I'll be your host today. I bought this 2002 Subaru Forester 1 year ago. I think that this Subaru Forester is the best all-around car that Subaru has ever made. This right here is the L model. This is the base. This car actually has an STI bigger brother. That was not available here in the States. So unfortunately, we have the 2.5 NA boxer motor. Honestly, it's bulletproof, but from late 90s to early 2000s, these 2.5 liters are notorious for having head gasket problems. This one actually has a head gasket leak. Throughout my 1 year ownership, I've got to really know this car, and I mean really know it. I've taken it on a couple of road trips. I have tinkered with it. I'm gonna go around the car and I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I've done to this car. The wheels are from a 2017 Subaru WRX, which are 17 by 8s plus 55. I have a 20 millimeter spacer, so these pushes the wheels out to a plus 35 offset, which looks exceptionally good. Guys, what is a Subaru without mud flaps? That to me is a rite of passage, aside from getting a vape and some sunglasses. But guys, I love the way it makes the car look. It gives it that nice rally vibe, and I really enjoy it. The car is lowered on BC coilovers. I really love the ride of BC coilovers. I have them on my 2017 Subaru WRX. Had them for about 2.5, 3 years now. These coilovers I put on last year. I've loved them ever since I put them on. No complaints at all. In terms of the brakes, I ended up doing stainless steel braided lines all the way around, and I also upgraded the rear brakes to 2007 Subaru WRX rear brakes, which come with the single piston Brembos. In the rear, I upgraded the suspension. I did truheart rear trailing arms, lower control arms, and tow arms. I also went with a larger sway bar. I went to a 24 millimeter whiteline sway bar, as well as the whiteline end links. The car is so sturdy. Let me show you. When you try to shake the car, it barely budges. Barely budges at all. Hey, co-pilot, what you doing? Oh, how are you? You driving? Yeah? One of the first mods I did in the car was the Sony head unit. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm always bumping funk music, 66.6. Greatly enjoy driving this car even more now. I went with Pioneer speakers, and they're amazing. I think it's a little overpowered for the car. I get a lot of vibrations, but I do enjoy it a lot. I did paint some of the trim pieces. The center console trim I painted black. I also painted the headliner black, which I think looks a lot better. The two-tone is not terrible. I think it kind of makes the beige pop a little bit more. The other major mod that I did was changing out the interior seats. What was that? Huh? What was that? All right. So I went from cloth to leather. These leather seats in the front are actually heated. They are super, super comfortable. I think I got them for less than 300 bucks with all the hardware and the interior harness, which is important. How does she handle? Well, let's go find out. It's funny to see how people look at this car and they just like, oh man, this thing is slow. But you know, when I'm looking in my rear view mirror at people's faces when I'm coming around corners, they kind of just their mouth drops because I leave them in the dust. I'm flat out. I'm taking it, you know, at questionable speeds, but the way this thing handles is just crazy. Like the fact that the all-wheel drive system is helping this car, and in a car like this, feeling invincible. It also has a check engine light, but it's still tanking. The way it feels to throw around in the corner, it's just absolutely mind-blowing how this car handles. I'm just gonna shut up and just let you guys enjoy this drive. In closing, this is the greatest car I think Subaru has ever built. It's a family car, it's spacious, it's a utility vehicle, it has tons of storage. It's hard to admit, but this is by far the greatest car Subaru has built. It's something that it shouldn't be. The way this car handles the platform, the potential in this very chassis is something that you do not see in this current generation. Swap in a STI trans with an STI motor, this will take over the world.